Happy New Year! Winter storm! Ice storm! No power!
Nor'easter!
Nor'easter! Nor'easter! Our snow-encrusted house. Now I go back. Hi, hi, hi. It is Happy New Year for one. It is January 14th, 2022. And this is Flosstube number 8. This is Mrs. Stitches, and my name is Sheila. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the year 2022. This is my first Flosstube of the year. I got lots to cover, and I'm feeling a little discombobulated, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna dive right into it. I got notes, but I haven't finished my notes, so I'm gonna work it out. It'll be worked out. So first, welcome everybody. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I think I'm just at about 316 as of this morning. So slowly inching up. That's great. I'm very pleased to have you all. All my new subscribers, welcome. And all my returning subscribers, thank you very much for being here. I enjoy you all. Let's see, 2022. Well, it's been a year already. I'm not going to cover much of the end of 2021 or since my last Flosstube. I will show you a tiny bit of progress. I did an extra of my ribbon around the clock, I think I called it. You can go back and watch that. Essentially, I tried to stitch 100 stitches an hour, as many hours as I could. And I think I went for 41 hours. There's a 24 hours cross stitch coming up, and I think I might try my 100 an hour again, or I might up it a little bit and do 125 an hour. I'm not sure. I haven't fully figured that out yet. I have to figure it out soon because that's a week from today. So I will figure it out. But 2022, Flosstube 8, just telling you again. So my theme for 2022 is do it all in 2022. Do it all in 2022. I have started lots. I'm in lots of sales, stitch alongs. I'm just trying to do it all. And so far I've balanced it. So far, so good. So far, so good. I got plans of the way I'm coordinating things. So let's start first. We're just going to dive right in. I have 13 whips I'm going to show you today. I have five, I had to double check that, 5 new starts. I have 3 stitch alongs, and they're all new starts. And I have 1 fast. Ooh, I don't think I brought it up, so I'll have to pause to show you that. And you're like, what's a fast? Most people have coined the term SAF, start and finish. My husband came up with the idea, what about a fast? So it's a finish after starting today. So essentially you're doing it in one day. You start it and finish it the same day. So that's fast. You do it fast. I did one. I was really anxious at the end of 2021 because I had so many plans for 2022 that I just couldn't wait. So I am probably gonna go. I'll show you later. So I'm gonna start off with the end of 2021. Let's see if I can coordinate this. I'm trying not to edit too, so that was very nice, just the back of my head there for a bit. So I finish off 2021 with, right now what I'm doing is, like I said, I got certain things I'm doing every month. So Halloween at Hawkerin Hollow is one of the things I do every month. And I do a block a month. It goes from the 15th to the 15th. So right now, the way I'm working it is I'm trying to finish it right away. So it gets finished at the end of the month. So I finished this before the end of 2021. So And this was done on my 41 hours that I did where I was stitching 100 stitches an hour. So that was the block I finished. I believe, let's see, this is block 1, this is block 5, I believe this is block 9. Next I'm going to be going along the edge here. I don't have my papers here, but that's, so the next block is going to be right next to it. It is block 10. I said it's all downstairs, so I'm going to just leave that. So that I am starting very shortly, possibly even tonight. So I don't have any stats on that because that's a paper pattern, so it's a little harder to do stats. I'll pause right now. Okay, so I was talking about, let me show you. So I ran downstairs, got stuff. So for all that haven't seen, this is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. And so I did block 1, I've done block 2, or actually, sorry, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, done block 5, and I've done block 9, and next is block 10. And so I'm going to be starting that probably tonight. So that's exciting. And then I mentioned that I did this fast, which was finished after starting today. And it was this Norwegian flag that I was given by Megan at Stitching Moon. And so I did this, and then it wouldn't fit in the little keychain thing. So then I did it again with my own threads and own fabric. And again, it didn't fit the keychain. So I am actually going to make this into like a little fob by sewing them together and just stuffing them. So that's still to be done. So that was my fast. Okay, so next is 2022. New year. Oh, let that go to sleep. New year, new starts. Sorry, distracted. Shiny things, shiny things. So I had 2 planned new year, new starts. They were Fruits of Plenty, which Chris Cross Stitch has coined the still fresh fruit sale. And so there are people that are doing the sale, which was last year's. One second. So there were people doing last year's Fruits of Plenty sale that they're going to do it this year, but do it on the given months, but it's a year late. I bought it last year with full intentions of doing it, and then could never decide on the fabric or the floss. And so when he announced that it was going to be the still fresh fruit, I was totally in, and I finally made decisions. So I have done the first month. So this is what I'll always be doing at the start of the month. So in the first, I think I only stitched for, 9 days on it. You can see right there, sort of. And it's around 4,000 stitches. And that's my still fresh fruit, my Fruits of Plenty. And I'm doing this with, and it's gorgeous, I love it. I had tons of this light blue. The light blue is, just one moment. Let's get the floss out so I can see it. Okay. Okay, the light blue is $38.41, and I got a whole bunch in a Facebook Marketplace purchase. I had around 12 skeins. Fortunately, I need 14 skeins. So in the 4 corners, I'm going to do the inside in, I believe that is number 14, I think. It's either 14 or 16. It is 16. So this is 16 on the inside here. And then this main color, or the dark color, is 915. And so, and I posted this on Instagram, and the colors did not show up at all, but they're showing true right now. This is on Belfast, 32 count Belfast olive green. And that's that's my Fruits of Plenty start. So I was so excited to start that. So that's one block done of 12. Put that away. Next start was, so I have this from the Black Needle Society, the Stitching Journal, and in it they have a rainy day. A rainy day project tracker. And so I picked, within the box we also got, it was called The River. It's also a modern folk embroidery. And so I made this my rainy day project. So this is what came in the box, Modern Folk Embroidery, or it's Modern Folk Embroidery, The River. And I'll just put it a little bit closer so you can see. So sampler. And what it says is, the river that flows in you also flows in me. And so I'm working on this on the rainy days. We were also given from Forbidden Fiber Co. Some floss that's called River of Life. So I'm using that, and we have had, in 2022, we have had, today is the 14th, 9 rainy days. So today, I haven't stitched today's yet. Today is a bit of a weather day coming, but this is how much I've done so far. And so what I've decided to do is, on the sampler, he did like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, up to 19. And that didn't mean anything to me. So what I've done is I'm putting the birth years of my great-great-grandmother, my great-great-grandmother, my great-grandmother. Next will be my grandmother, my mother, and then me. So six birth years are going to be across there. So I thought that was kind of appropriate for the River of Life. So that was my second New Year's Day start. It was very exciting. And like I said, I still have to work on that today, because we have today our second nor'easter of the year already. So last week we had our first nor'easter. It was actually, I think it came on Friday. We had the power go out at 4 o'clock on Friday, and it did not come back on till Sunday at 6 a.m. The winds gusted up to approximately over 100 km an hour, and it was a mix of snow, ice, and some freezing rain. Our house was encrusted with snow. It was quite fascinating. So we had a rough weekend, but the great thing about that was I was scheduled for to get one of my wisdom teeth removed on Monday, and so the whole weekend I was just distracted with the weather, the storm, and the power being out. And we have a generator, but we don't run the generator the whole time. So we would run the generator for half an hour, get the heat up, and then we turn the generator off, and kind of did that constantly. So my husband stayed up a lot to take care of the generator, but it wasn't a very good, I mostly just stitched when I could. So that's one great thing about, stitching, is you need power for your pattern keeper, but in general I was able to just stitch away. So it was awesome. So we have another nor'easter on its way right now. So it's raining today, and it's supposed to turn to snow. We're supposed to get tons of snow tonight, and the winds are supposed to pick up to 100 km an hour again. So that's exciting. My wisdom tooth was no big deal at all. It was kind of interesting. We got a perfect weather window. It was crappy weather the day before and the day after, but that day was perfect driving day, because we had to drive approximately about a 2-hour drive. It was a full day. We left here at Oh, I can't remember if we left at 6. No, we left at 7:30 and we got home around 3:30 or 4. Was really wild, the drugs they give you for, they say it's an anesthetic. They say it's not knocking you out, but it's a sedative. And what you have is amnesia. And that's pretty much what happened. So I remember, like, you know, I had a consult with the dentist first, and then they took me in a room and they put on a thing. I think it does your pulse ox or your oxygen levels. And they had a blood pressure cuff on one arm, and then another thing, and put the IV in my hand for the anesthetic. And I had oxygen in my nose. And then they were talking to me, and then all of a sudden, next thing I realized was there was a wheelchair brought up, and I was instructed to get off the chair and into the wheelchair, and I was all done. It was wild. It was as if I was fully knocked out, but they said, no, you're actually awake and conscious through the whole thing, but having amnesia is such a weird thing. It's just like, it's a non-existing time for me. Been on, I think I just finished my painkillers, just Tylenol 3s and ibuprofen, and I've been on antibiotics, which I think I finish at the end tonight at midnight or something like that. And I've been on a liquid diet, and now I'm kind of getting slowly incorporating some softer foods, but it's been great. It's been fine. I mean, it's a little itchy, but there's been no pain. It's been awesome. So it's just been good. So that was rather simple. So there you go. Okay, so next, while we're talking a little bit about weather, this is a semi-new start, is temperature tree. So I had decided I was doing the temperature tree this year, and I stitched the whole tree last year to get ready, and then I do each leaf at the end of the day. And so when it's the very end of the day, around 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, I'll take my temperatures, and then I stitch my leaf. Only once, I think, it actually got warmer after. We get really weird weather. But this is the temperature so far. And this burgundy kind of looking leaf right there, that was, I believe, a -8. We also have some of these, I think some of the yellow ones are like +8. So it's been all over the place, but it's so much fun. I am really, really enjoying doing the temperature tree. I look forward to, I'm just like, oh, I wonder what the temperatures are going to be. And I keeping on top of it just like that has been really great. So I now need my book again. So that's been really cool, and our wild weather. Yeah, that's pretty much. I was going to mention the river I have right now. I kind of count my stitches a bit. I got a little stitch counter that was also in the resolution box. So this is a little stitch counter. Works, it's great. It's really great. I just have to remember to click and to record. But assuming I've worked on it for 8 days, it'll be 9 days after today, and I've done 1,530 stitches. Fruits of Plenty, worked on it for 9 days, and I did 4,066 stitches. Okay, so let's see. There's one I did not bring up, so you're not going to see that one. Yeah, you're not going to see it. So that's all right. So next I'm going to show you is Overcovid. So Overcovid is my own pattern that was made from a picture, a pick to pat. I got this on my birthday. My husband took the picture and made it into a pattern in 2019. And at first I was trying to get it done under a year, and then I had a broken arm and didn't get it done. So I am now set to finish this by March 21st. So I am doing 200 stitches a day and I'm keeping right on track. And so this is my Overcovid. So I mostly worked on, I'm going to just bring it a little closer. I mostly worked on over here, and you can see there's a road coming along there. And I'm just doing this area right here. So just working down to this corner here. I got just a little over 12,000 stitches left to go, but that's my Overcovid. I love that road. That road is so cool. I hope it comes along. And then you even got like a shadow or a dip in the road that's going right across there. So it is just cool, but I'll just bring it a little bit closer for you to see all that Overcovid is, all of its beauty. There you go. Awesome. So that's coming along nicely. That's a daily project. I still actually have to do today's 200 stitches. Okay. Next, last video, so along with the Black Needle Society resolution box, they also had challenge cards, and so I actually picked 2 challenge cards. Felt a little over. I was going to do a challenge a week, but I'm doing WhipGo. I got everything else. I got all these monthly challenges, so I'm not going to do a card a week. I'm going to do a card a month. So there are 52 cards in the deck, so that will actually give me 4 years worth of challenges. So that's fine. I think that's a good way to go, and I'm not feeling pressure. So what I'm doing is whatever I pick, I can work on it anytime that month as an extra. So what I picked was for the, I already got next month's picked because I picked up 2 last time. So the first card I picked was Stitch Something with a Silhouette. And my husband instantly was able to think of something. Took me a little bit longer to go, aha. And what it is another, this was before Overcovid. Same thing though, it was one of his photographs that was made into a pattern. And this one, took me a long time to come up with a name for this, but I call it Murder Row. And the silhouettes are of crows. And so that's Murder Row. There are right now 3 crows. I'll just pull up the finished. Let's see if we can get that here. Just so you can see, you mock up. So that's what the finish will look like. So as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 crows in it. So I have done just 3. So I have a 4th one coming. That's going to come right in here somewhere. And then it's mostly just sky the rest of the way. So whether I go the whole way with it or not, I haven't decided yet. But this is about, I believe it's at 50% done. Let's just see. I am at 56.7% done. So I might just do it all like it comes. It'll have nice balance, but this is Murder Row. So I have put in, I didn't do up my totals, but I've put in a good, I think what I've done since I picked it up this month is essentially all of this area here. So that area. It's a quick stitch because they're large blocks of colors, except when I get at the crows. The crows is a lot of confetti. So right now it's a quick stitch, but when that crow appears, it'll be a bit confetti. So that is Murder Row, and it is quite beautiful. I love it. I love the silhouette of the crows. So that's Murder Row. Okay. Next is WhipGo. I had, from my WhipGo board, I ironically got 2 magazine picks. So the numbers called were 2 and 19, and so what I've decided is that I'm going to do this every month. One of the numbers, the first or the lower number, will be stitched on the 2nd and the 22nd in honor of 2022, and the other number would be stitched on the 13th and 31st, or whatever the last day of the month is. So that's kind of gives some balance. And I haven't fully decided what I'm doing. I'm just gonna spend at least an hour on the stitch. So the one that got for the 2nd and 22nd was one of my old projects. It's called, I call it The Owl and the Cat. It's from wow, that's faded. It's from Cross Stitch Magazine, Halloween edition, 2018, and it is called Ready to Party, and that's what it will look like when it is done, ready to party. It is done by Elizabeth Spurlock, and I have been having a tough time with this one, but this is what I've got done so far. So it's gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. I love the color, so I'll just bring it a little bit closer. There's lots of mistakes in it. It's gorgeous. It's a bit of a bear to work on. I think the reason, besides it being Black Ada, is also the way the pattern goes is they're kind of not across. It's better to work in diagonals, and just being a paper pattern, it's really hard marking it off and stuff. So, but that's, so I've put in an hour on the 2nd, and on the 22nd, I'll put in at least an hour again, and it will be called again. I think everything I have twice in the board, so it will be called again and get some more time. I would love to finish this year, but we'll just see. So I don't count the stitches on that at all. I'm just doing some time and some effort. And then the 19th was going to be a new Halloween start. And so again, with the Black Needle Society journal, there were challenges, and one of the challenges was to stitch from A to Z. And so what you wanted to do was do some stitching on something from every letter in the alphabet. So I was looking for things for different letters of the alphabet, and I found in this year's Cross Stitch Halloween magazine, I found, I'm going to just cover up the pattern here so that you don't see the pattern. I found Zombie Frog. So that's my Z, is Zombie Frog. So this is what it'll look like when it's done. Zombie Frog. This is by Kathleen Burlew, and I just started this yesterday, and I'm just going to stitch. I'm really enjoying it, so I'm just going to stitch on it when I can, but I've still got my needle in there, but that's what I've done so far. So that's the start of my Zombie Frog, and it's awesome. It's so much fun. So I hope to get, so this will be started on the 13th, and I will work again on the 30th or 31st, or however many days there is in this month. I'm also working on it like I worked on it today. So if I get it done before the end of the month, then I will start another Halloween project. But if not, then I'll try and finish it off. So that, sort of my goal is to finish this in this month. And then when a Halloween start is called next time, I would actually start another one. So that's my goal. So that is my 2 magazine starts. Just ironic that they both Halloween, both magazines in January, just the way it was called. So that was pretty fun. Okay, so next are my stitch alongs. So I have let's see, 1 stitch along, paint with stitches. Let's just make this big. So Paint with Stitches. She has a mystery sale 2022. She's doing it like a puzzle, and so every 11th of the month for 11 months she will be releasing a piece, and this first piece was around, they're just a little under, this was like 960 stitches, so really reasonable. And I think it's on for sale on eBay, Paint with Stitches, and it's only like $9, I believe. And so that's my start. So it's going to be like a puzzle piece. So I still have 600 stitches to go on this, but who knows what it is. It's a mystery sale, so I probably won't show you bits because I want to keep it as a mystery sale, but I'll show you as it goes along. So that's my start. I'm doing right now about 80 stitches a day. It'll get me done in 11 days. So by the 22nd, I will be done and ready for next month's release. So that's one of my stitch alongs. The other one is found on Facebook, and it's a tarot stitch along. And so they're tarot cards. So I'm still working on the frame. She released the frame. So she's, the link is, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to find it. It's a Gumroad for the actual pattern, and so it's pay what you want or what you can afford. And so the border is really big. I think the border is, I want to say 7,000 stitches or something like that. So I'm doing 333 stitches a day, which will get me done by the end of the month. And then each month she's going to release 2 tarot cards. So that's my tarot sale. So if I can, I'll put a link below. So then the next one is not in here. Okay. The next one is my twisted band sampler. So I don't have a picture of what it'll look like when it's done. I do on the phone, I just don't here. But this is what I'm working on. So this twisted band sampler, let me just I'm going to pause you and I'm going to find it just so. Okay. So this is for sale on Etsy. This is the twisted band sampler. And it's by Northern Expressions Needlework. And what it is it's, sorry about the glare, it alternates with bands that are specialty stitches and cross stitching. And so every other, so here it started with cross stitching, and what it does is it does one color, and then the next color is half the cross stitching and half the specialty stitch. Then the next color, half the specialty stitch, half the cross stitch. Next color, half the cross stitch, half specialty stitch. So this was band 1 was all cross stitch. Then band 2 is, the bands so far have been, and I just lost my needle. The bands so far have been 3 specialty stitches. This last band that I did here was a stitch called rice stitch, scallop stitch, and ray stitch, and they're just so much fun. I actually really enjoy them. So that's the specialty stitch down here. Awesome. And then this was the one before, the band before with specialty stitches. So just too much fun. So my goal on this is in December I did 3 bands. There's a total of 17 bands. And so I'll do 1 band a month till November. So that'll be 11 plus 3 is 14, leaving 3 in December. So, and then obviously the first 3 were actually pretty small. They're going to get longer as it goes across and then it goes down. So I got this month's band done. It took me only, I believe, it only took me like 4 days or 5 days. 4 days. 4 days. The next one with cross stitching might take a little bit longer, but that's not till next month. So Next month will be a cross stitching one, and then I'll be back to a specialty, which I really enjoy doing the specialty stitches. They're fun. So, wow, I actually thought that that was going to take a lot longer than it really did. But temperature tree, that's my list of things. So going forward, I'm continuing with Overcovid 200 stitches a day. I'll do some of Murder Row when I have some time. So this month we're on the 14th. I actually finished up all my monthly commitments. So I probably am going to work on tonight. Usually in the evening I work on my monthly commitments, either the band sampler or the Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, those, or the Fruits of Plenty. So I'll be starting Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow on the 15th. Probably will actually start it tonight and work on the box. I'm still doing the outline of the box. Get started on that. And do more of the whip goes as I go, and you know, that's about it. So I got lots on the go and loving every minute of it. So it's been really, really great so far. So 2022 has been a wild one so far. Like I said, we're waiting for our next nor'easter coming. The winds are supposed to get up to 100 tonight. We're supposed to get tons of snow tonight. I'm going to work on my river tonight and Overcovid, and if I have more time, I'll work on Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. So I will see you probably near the end of the month. I think that's probably the easiest thing for me to do, a mid-month and the end of the month. So that's my goal, and I will show you the next month's challenge, which is stitching something with water. So I will cover that when I get there. So that's it for me for now. It's been a good one. Oh, I got one more thing to show. Just one moment. I got mail, happy mail. I got mail. I got a Christmas card, and this was from Stitchwit. Stitchwit is on Etsy. They're a Canadian company, and she sent a floss, a Christmas colored floss in with her card. And she does it according to this. So what she wrote was, "Happy holidays, thank you. Whether you have ordered from me once or I ship out to you regularly, thank you for supporting my small business. From my family to yours, Merry Christmas. Heather." And that's what she sent. And I thought that is worth a shout out for sure. And I've gotten great service from her. Quick, they have a great price on DMC. And I've done a lot for my kitting up. So I highly recommend Stitchwit. That was totally unnecessary. I don't know what I'm going to use this for, but thank you, Heather. Thank you very much. And that's just awesome. I'm so pleased with that. That was totally unexpected. And with that, I shall say goodbye, and I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. So happy stitching. Keep on stitching on, and we'll see you. Bye. Hi. This is just a little extra. Just wanted to let you know that just shortly after I videoed while it was uploading, our second nor'easter of the year, both happening on Fridays, the first and second Friday of this year, came in. And we lost power, so obviously my upload didn't happen. So I'm now just adding this little extra, gonna add some photographs and then upload it. It was quite the nor'easter. Power went out about 5 p.m. Came back on the next day around 6 p.m. So about 24 hours out of power. The winds got up to 120k an hour. Our dog's been kind of freaking out about it. She doesn't like the sound of the winds. The temperature got down to, I believe, -13. We do have a generator. We just don't run it the whole time because that would be a lot of gas and a lot of noise. So we would run the generator. We'd let the temperature, we have our temperature thermometer in Fahrenheit in the house. We'd let it drop down to about 50-ish, maybe 53. And then we'd run the generator to get it up to 68, which would take about almost an hour. And then we would turn it off and let it run down again. So every couple hours or so, my husband would get up and turn the generator on, let it run till it got up to temperature, and then turn it off again. So it's been a very disturbed couple of days for sleep patterns. And our poor dog, she just doesn't seem to either like the power out or like the sound of the wind. So she's been disturbed, and she kind of kept, I was trying to sleep and she'd just come up and put her head on the bed and whine. So I didn't get great sleep either, but tried to get stitching. It was a little chilly in the house, so I did some stitching, but not as much. So today the power's back. I'm going to upload my videos and get to some stitching. I got some catching up to do. So just want to add a bit. I'm going to throw in some photographs too at the start of the whole video, so you'll see those. Those are just of the storm and of the cold. And I'm going to get my fingers working to get warmed up and get some stitching happening. So have a great stitchy week, everybody, and keep on stitching on.